Attention Laufey fans, if you are seeing this, please skip to this timestamp that I will drop right here. If you do not want to hear this little spiel, if you do want to hear this little spiel, then I will just say this now. Me and Zack, who you will see in the thumbnail and you will see in the clip I'm about to show in a second, recorded a reaction to the Goddess music video. And when I was going through, because I had to edit it anyway, well, I didn't have to edit it, but I said I wanted to because there were a few bits in there that I was like, yeah, no, it's completely needless, it dragged on. It was constantly lagging throughout the video, it constantly cutting out. We had to speed it back at least 3 or 4 times within the first minute, just so that I could see it because I was watching it through his screen share. And his internet right now is failing big time, and so yeah, we had to do that. What I decided to do, he was trying to upload the video to Drive so that I had the video, and then what I was going to do is I was going to edit out these parts. The video wasn't sending through, and it was by about 2 a.m. my time. The video was 6 a.m. my time as the posting time. Seeing as it wasn't uploaded and he had gone to bed, I decided on my own terms to record my own video as a replacement, as he had already done the thumbnail and I do the rest of the setting up for the videos anyway, meaning I could run with a solo video on that. However, then halfway through recording that, it came through the Drive. But then when I was going back through the video to do whatever editing needed to be done to it, when I was watching through the video, I went, wow, this is the worst video we've ever recorded. And it isn't close. And I didn't think that was fair for Laufey fans. I didn't think it was fair. I don't think it was a fair representation of us, especially because the audio reaction did very well, and there is a good chance that a few hundred people, this could be the first video that they ever see from us. And we see it, and well, I took it upon myself basically to say, no, we will not put that out. So what I did in my reaction that I recorded as an emergency, I did a much better breakdown of the music video without all the needless stuff around it. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you basically a 20-something seconds or whatever, just a few little snips of what was happening in the video we did record, and then what I'm going to do after that is it will play out the video that I recorded solo. Now, some of the context in that, obviously, the reason I explained the situation is so that you understand I was recording that without the knowledge that it had gone through the Drive. So please forgive me for accusing Zack of not uploading it. Turns out he did, and it just didn't show up in my feed until after I'd recorded that. So just after I've clarified all that, if you have watched through this, again, this is just for context. The actual reaction will be in the timestamp if you do not want to see the clip. But anyway, let's roll the clip. Hope you enjoy the video. Dude, it cut out. I said it cut out. It froze on her face. Oh my fucking god, dude. Froze on her face again.
Bro, what the fuck? We can't keep...
It froze on the shoes, dude. It froze on the fucking shoes.
Alright, we just can't.
This really shouldn't be the video you are seeing, but it is. So I'm going to do my best to make sure it is better than the one that we had. And in that, I'm going to try and stick mainly to the song. The one we had was a half-hour hunk of... Yeah, we spiraled off on a bunch of useless crap. We ended up talking about a lot of things that weren't to do with this, and we were just like, the intro was terrible. We were just making references that we were like, Laufey fans are not going to like this at all. And so I'm going to do my best to give her her due respect here, as we have already, both of us, me and Zack, which you would have seen him in the thumbnail, because, like, or at least if you're seeing this day one, you'll see him in the thumbnail, because, yeah, it was meant to be a joint video, but, again, he didn't upload the actual video private, so I'm recording this and using the thumbnail that was already built for that. So, it will likely be changed throughout the day, but if you're seeing this within probably even the first few hours, that is what you will see. Now, we love the song. Mainly me, I think. I think I was stronger on the song than he was. At least that's the way it seemed after we recorded it. But yeah, no, I've been listening to the song an absolute crap ton. It was number one on my listening for a good few weeks, and yeah, it's just an incredible song. One of the best songs we've had on this channel, and yeah, it's just brilliant. The message is incredible. I've already talked about a lot of what I felt about the song in the video reaction, so go check that out. I also think that was one of our best song reactions overall. So yeah, if you want a really good quality reaction, go check this out. I'm already giving the precursor here. This is probably not going to be a very good video. I'm going to try my best. Um, I respect the hell out of her. This is for the music video, so let's just get into it. And yeah, hope this isn't a crapshoot. By the way, I'm just letting you know, guys, I have already seen the video. I've already seen it. We recorded one. It was again a crapshoot. So, and this is just a reminder because I've timestamped it here. So if you've seen me say it twice, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'd like to apologize to all Laufey fans that this is not a first time reaction, but I am going to try my best to break down the song. Also the music video. I've already done the song. So let's get into this.
It always goes like this. Could have predicted it. I'm so naive to think you loved me for me. Kissed as I ran off stage. Too old to play this game. Guess you're still growing up at 30. Oh.
Okay, in the first, like, wee bit of the music video there, obviously, it starts with her there getting out of bed, obviously, after having a night with this guy. He obviously left before she woke up or whatever, but she gets up, she goes to the window and sees him walking away. In the connection to the lyrics, she's talking about how it always goes like this. So one thing that we were confused about in the song, which kind of is cleared up now that I'm sort of listening to it isolated without dealing with lag or any other nonsense, I'm realizing, okay, so that whole idea of it always goes like this means, okay, so this has happened before, which is why she's kind of familiar with the feeling at this point, and that's kind of pushing the emotion even further, which, yeah, you can absolutely hear that in her voice, in her delivery, and you can see that on her face in the video, that she's really feeling this. And she looked just very vacant of emotion when she was looking at the window as well, which I think kind of speaks to the act that it was, because if they're sleeping together purely based on the physical attraction and not any sort of human emotional bond, it really is kind of emotionless in that sense. Because yeah, they aren't really feeling too much. It's just it's all physical. Yeah, really good stuff so far.
Were you surprised by me when you took me home? When the glamour wore off, reduced to skin and bone, I can't even tell who you want to know. I'm a goddess on stage, human when we're alone.
Okay, it's a very slow-paced video. Like, there isn't really too much going on in the way of, like, detail, but at least that I can see. There may be a lot more details going on. If there are a lot more things that I'm missing in this video, please feel free to comment down below and let me know. I'm definitely wanting to get more into Laufey after this. But so far you can see the way that they kind of are around each other, at least the body language I'm seeing in this, is that they kind of seem like it is all, like, you don't see them, like, talking and laughing and having seemingly a human bond. Like, they're just kind of staring at each other. They're just kind of looking at each other, you know, they put their hands around each other. Every piece of body language in this video so far between the two of them is all physical. There is no emotion. And they're both looking very blank. Like, neither of them are really looking overly invested. Like, she's kind of there, like, and he's kind of there, like, you know, they're not really, it doesn't look like they're really, like, I don't know, they don't even seem happy. like, like, I'm just noticing that so far.
You took a star to bed, woke up with me instead. You must have felt so damn deceived when you made up a version of me that you thought you would love, but I am not your Were you surprised by me?
Yeah, I'm noticing it more so now on second watch. Again, my first watch was through a bunch of lag and everything. I didn't really get the full experience of the whole thing. But what I'm noticing here is just the complete lack of emotion. Like, in the whole, not in the song, obviously, but in their faces throughout the whole thing. Like, it kind of gives a really uncomfortable vibe because she doesn't seem to be leaning into it too much. Like, and this is why she's talking about him taking advantage of her or whatever. In this video, one thing I'm noticing is that she isn't really making many physical advancements. Like, the closest thing to physical advances that she made was like resting her head on his knee when she was sitting on the bench there. Outside of that, she seems to be just following his lead and letting him take control of the situation, which, and you can see that, like, neither of them look invested on their faces. Like, he's looking there, he isn't looking there, like, smiling at her, laughing with her, like, he doesn't look overly interested in her at all. He's just kind of staring at her like an object, and her vacant face there shows that I don't know if she has really any investment in him, or if she genuinely wants this. Like, I feel like deep down, she kind of maybe just feels lonely and just wants a body to be around for them. Like, she just wants to lay with someone, or just, you know, I don't know, she just doesn't want to be alone, maybe. Because I can get that sense, like, if you haven't got anyone around, you just want someone to be there. And as for him, he clearly just wants the sex. And you can see that in his body language and the way that he's, like, you can see it in his facial expressions as well. And yeah, that's what you get out of this, is on both sides, there just is no emotion in this engagement. Although both are looking for different things. She's looking for company, even if it means sex that she knows is probably going to lead nowhere. And he just wants sex out of a girl he finds physically attractive. So, yeah.
When you took me home, when the glamour wore off, reduced to skin and bone, I can't even tell who you want to know.
Sorry, I got to keep pausing every here, and the pauses are purely for copyright, and so I can sort of recap my thoughts throughout it. There's not too much to add on to what I've said already. It's basically just a continuation of already, but still got to pause for copyright anyway. So let's continue.
You took me for a fool. You stole my youth. You wanted this so much. You watched me rise and kill my life, and now you know I'm not your fucking god.
Sorry to pause right there. Couldn't let it play for any more than a minute. If I let it play for over a minute, it will get slammed with copyright. And also this video is literally going to be out in about 3 hours. So I have really not got time. This is like 3 a.m. my time right now. Yeah, so with this imagery here, obviously it's her showing herself to be a goddess. And also I'm noticing when she's staring out the window there, she's kind of staring vacantly at the city. There, like, he's wandered off. He's now just wandered off in the crowd. He's not there anymore. And you can see, like, the tear in her eye here as well is showing that there is a sense of emotion in there, and I think the emotion she's feeling is just emptiness. She feels like the sexual interaction she's had and the guys that she's been with or whatever, it is empty. And I think, yeah, all she wants, and the whole thing you get from the song is all she wants is somebody who sees her as a human. Somebody who sees her as more than just an object. And yeah, I'll touch on the last point I had after the song.
I'm no goddess when I'm alone. Babe.
No, sorry, it's not time for an ad. Let me just close that. Thoughts on it overall? I think it's a pretty good video. It's nothing like too crazy mind-blowing in terms of like how much is going on, at least that I can see. Again, if there is more going on, please let me know down below. I do like, however, the way it shows the fact that it is very physical, it is very emotionless, the whole interaction. Neither of them are really too invested in each other as people at all. And one thing that we touched on in the video we did have, and one thing I'll touch on again on here, is that it is a double meaning, the song. And that in one sense she's talking about these guys or whatever who just see her as an object, and they only want sex out of her, they don't want to see her as a human. But it's also talking about, like, music fan, not necessarily music fans, but like just fans of her in general, in the public, and how people might just follow her or whatever because they see her as attractive, and they don't actually think about who she is as a person. They're not, like, there for her otherwise. They're just there because of that. And we talked about how, like, the over-sexualization of, like, pop stars and stuff, and how female pop stars are kind of pushed in a way that they feel like they have to push sex to sell. They feel like if they don't over-sexualize themselves to the extreme and present themselves as sexual icons and sexual objects, that they will not sell anything, that they will not be, like, they will not be pushed as heavily. And you see that with a bunch of massive pop stars, like Dua Lipa's, your Miley Cyrus's, your Olivia Rodrigo's starting to dive into that a lot more now as well. And it seems to be a phenomenon with majority of pop stars working right now is they will dive into, like, they'll present themselves very sexually. And I guess Laufey doesn't want the public to see her as that either. She wants them to see her as a human. And I think there are probably a lot of pop stars out there who probably feel like that deep down. They probably won't say it publicly because of fear of, like, whether it be fear because of pressure from the labels or just pressure from their fans and the public overall. But yeah, I respect the fact that Laufey's willing to take that route of, like, look, I'm a human. I'm not your goddess. She's just point blank saying, I am not your little fantasy. I'm not this. And I think maybe, like, because I'm trying to think what that smile at the end meant. How she kind of started grinning at the end of the video there. She was like, and it wasn't. That was a bad impersonation of her smile, but maybe it's this kind of thing, like, you're not getting, you haven't got control anymore. Like, maybe it's a sense of, like, she's taking the power away by standing up and saying this, and just, again, the power in her music and everything, like, it's very powerful stuff. I don't think, like, I don't know, a lot of guys who probably disagree with and probably do see her as just that probably would just hear the song and shrug it off. They're probably gonna go bump their Playboy Cardi, and all their, like, and all these other male artists bragging about how many women they bag and everything. But no, I like to see this as, like, we need more of anti-sexualization of women in pop culture. We need to, as much as it sounds fucked up, we need to, like, stop sexualizing women as much in the culture. I think that would be a great thing. Yeah, we don't need to over-sexualize everything, okay? We're all humans. Can we see each other as humans and, like, what we present, what we put out in the world physically, like the art and stuff. Like for Laufey, for instance, focus on the music she's putting out. Look at her talents as an artist. I think that's probably all I have to say. I'm not going to drag it on too much longer. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Kind of, it's not a throwaway. It was something we were looking at doing, but it was just not meant to happen in this way. I still think that the audio reaction is probably a better representation of how we thought of the song, but I mean, you may disagree. I may have done better than I think I did here. So if so, just let me know. If you want to hear more about the song, go check that out. We were just in awe by it. I'll leave it in the end card in a second. So just wait until the end screen. Yeah. It'll pop up now, actually. Like, the outro's up now. It is, like, right here. It's right in front of you. Just click on that. Go check out the audio reaction. We'll definitely be checking out more from Laufey when this Bewitched Deluxe drops in a couple weeks, or in a little over a week, actually. So, goodbye.